Jenna, you've written about Sydney Sweeney. You write that she could be a legitimate star and instead she's become Hollywood's punching bag for those who are mad about everything. She's reportedly a registered Republican. There was that Good Genes advertising scandal that we covered here on the show, and she's defended this recently in an interview. Have a look.
Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have...
The ad spoke for itself.
But Jenna, this is part of this broader trend in Hollywood where if someone could possibly be a Republican, you know, there's this massive cultural pushback against them.
Yeah, totally. Look, Hollywood loves to talk about diversity. They love to hire on diversity. It's all about diversity until that issue of diversity comes to political persuasion or opinions or values, and then all bets are off. It is so interesting that Sydney Sweeney is, of course, she's beautiful, she's blonde, she's white, she's blue-eyed, so she sort of fits the bill for being that stereotypical, beautiful American bombshell actress. The problem is she also has bombed at the box office 3 consecutive times now, but that's not to strip away her wonderful performances on hit shows on Netflix like Euphoria, but she doesn't garner the same sort of attention because she doesn't really play those games. Like as you saw in that interview with GQ magazine and that very patronising question about talking about the jeans ad which played on her good genes or her great genes. And I think the fact that she doesn't play along with that sort of makes her an easy target for all these progressive pick-me girls that just love to pick on her.
And she doesn't feel like she has to defend herself, which is terrific.
It's refreshing.
Just before you go, you've got another piece out on how Vogue has officially declared boyfriends as embarrassing. This is now entering the gender wars. So what is this new trend?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Vogue, the British Vogue edition published a piece online a couple of weeks ago, and there's been numerous think pieces written about it, but I think it's really hard to extract this sort of like what people would consider just to be a fashion Bible's take on it. But it's the fact that a lot of straight women are now hiding their boyfriends from their social media platforms. You know, they're posting them without their faces being shown because they don't want that to impact they're thinking that their content is going to be considered to be dull and boring now that they've got a boyfriend and are coupled up. And it kind of, I think it really goes off the back of the fact that we're seeing this explosion of the tradwife movement, specifically in the United States, where there is this push to increase the birth rate. There's a push towards and an increase in organised religion and conservative values for many young women. And I think that on the progressive side, this is probably a clapback to say, you know what, the first time ever, women don't need men and they don't need them on Instagram and they probably don't need them in real life. So make of that what you will.
Jenna, the Australian's culture reporter, and there's a whole new culture section, of course, in the Australian. So great to have you back on the show. Thank you so much.